Hey guys, BigSquareRoadToRoad.com with your morning Who Knows These. Your sip of coffee that I don't have. I wanted to get on quickly and talk about Vertasium goes in front of the judge tomorrow, unless the judge is the most corrupt judge in the history of judges. He's going to throw out the temporary hold, the freezing of Reggie's assets. The more I read about it, the more I read the fact that the SEC knew about everything Reggie was doing 2 years in advance. The fact that the SEC is the most corrupt of all the institutions as far as regulation makes Jeff Berwick's argument that regulators are ridiculous, a joke, we don't need government, shine as a glaring example of something that has gone completely sideways. Here's the latest news. What was it? Hit BTC or Fat BTC or whatever the exchange was that all of a sudden started trading all the Vertasium volume has now delisted Vertasium because people started to withdraw and they didn't have any Vertasium. The only place left to get it is Mercatox and Fork Delta. Fork Delta, last I looked, it was trading at $15, whereas on CoinMarketCap it's at $6. It's insanity gone amok. If you can get your hands on some Vertasium and get it off the exchange, go for it. I doubt Mercatox is going to be able to deliver when this thing goes crazy tomorrow. So you might be out of luck completely as far as Vertasium getting your hands on some. Now, if the judge throws out the freeze and says, what the hell are you doing, SEC? This isn't even a security. It's 100% a software trading platform, which it is. Then you put your price at Vertasium. The problem is nobody will trade it. It will be non-traded because they can't get their hands on any. And who has all the Vertasium? Obviously Reggie does. And some of us also have Vertasium. So Vertasium is in for a huge shake around, shake out, whatever happens with this judge. Even if the judge says, yeah, I'm a bad guy too, and I want to destroy Vertasium. I don't think that's going to happen. But even if he did, and Vertasium goes down to a penny or whatever, if anybody wants to sell their Vertasium, just give me a call. Because I'm going to hang on to it because I believe in Reggie's project. I believe that peer-to-peer exchanges are absolutely necessary as we move forward. So I don't know where the price is going to go as far as it shows up on CoinMarketCap. But right now, other than either Delta, I wouldn't trust anywhere. And if you look at the volumes, it's basically stopped trading altogether. And remember, in Cliff's data, he has Vertasium going 1-to-1 with Bitcoin. How could something like that happen? If the judge comes out and says, oh my God, this is not a security, what are you people thinking? This thing that Reggie created is an amazing thing for humanity. As the markets begin to go sideways, the exchanges begin to show that they really are criminal exchanges. The government will come begging for Reggie to come help them out. I think that's what's going to happen. That was in Cliff's data. It sounds like the setup is there. Before this whole SEC filing happened, I'm like, how the hell could Vertasium and Bitcoin go, 1-to-1, at least as far as market cap? And I'm like, I don't see it. I don't see it. Now I see it. Now I see how it could possibly happen. Is this investment advice? Hell no. Oh, you taking a gigantic risk of even going onto an exchange to try to get your hands on some Vertasium? Absolutely. You probably will not be able to get it off the exchange because none of the exchanges have any. Now, Fork Delta is supposed to be peer-to-peer. I can just see that thing freezing up. Like right now, it's already trading, or it was trading, triple what CoinMarketCap says it's worth. So that's just an idea of how important Vertasium is. But yeah, if Reggie wins, good night. Nobody knows what the prices will be. Now you'll probably get a lot of the derivative exchanges say, oh yeah, we got Vertasium, but they'll never be able to deliver. And that's the real odd thing. Because Reggie owns 97 million Vertasium because nobody wanted to buy it. And there's only 3 million out there trading hands. And the exchanges clearly don't have them. Other than Fork Delta should, right? Because it's not exactly peer-to-peer, but it's kind of. And there's a lot of action that can happen instantly in Veritasium. Do I see Veritasium going over its old highs with a blink of an eye if the judge rules that the SEC was completely wrong? Probably. The old highs is $450, and now it's at $6. And then where would it go? I'm with, when the exchanges fall down and the government doesn't know what's going on. Oh my God, all these stocks and bonds, nobody really had any of those shares. It was just electronic blip derivatives trading back and forth. What are we going to do? Peer-to-peer exchange transactions. Reggie Middleton will be consulting with the U.S. government, in my opinion. Is it a long shot? Absolutely. That's why it's priced at $6 right now. And if the judge comes back and says, no, let's shut this down, then it'll probably go to pennies if you can get it. Reggie will still have his $97 million. I think it would rise from the dead. But I have a feeling that this judge, they want it. The timing is really important for Veritasium to be a high-profile crypto if Veritasium is going to provide a solution to the criminal exchanges. So, yeah, it's big, my friends. It's a huge risk, a huge gamble to buy Veritasium, especially because you probably won't get very much of it to put it in your hands. If you're going to buy it, I would say, well, Fat BTC or whatever that exchange is now gone. They were trading almost, I think it was $500,000 worth of Veri every day, which was bullshit because they didn't have it. And now it's just disappeared. It's just off their board. So, and I think Mercatox will probably put a freeze on Veritasium withdrawals, which they like to do because they don't have it either. And they'll go out and try to search for it, and they're not going to find it either. So Reggie was working with them for a while. And that's the whole thing about Reggie trading his Veritasium on EtherDelta at the time, was he was seeing if there's any liquidity you can get on this EtherDelta thing. And obviously you can't get liquidity on EtherDelta because it is peer-to-peer exchange. Liquidity only happens with these monster derivative rehypothecated bullshit exchanges. So yeah, Reggie had an answer for everything in that in his filing with the court after the SEC came up with the biggest crock of crap ever. And I ultimately did get an email from the SEC saying, we hear you were involved in Veritasium years back. We're looking for people to sign affidavits that it was a fraud. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? You're really asking Big Swear to stand up and lie to the court, say that Veritasium was a security and a fraud. Good luck, my friends. I did call. They never called me back. Oh, these people belong in jail. Yes, regulators belong in jail. I think Reggie's going to have a great case that the SEC did harm against his company and himself, and he could sue the crap out of the U.S. government. Does Reggie want to do that? I don't know. If they give him a pass and say, hey, out of all the cryptos, all these altcoins, this is not even close to a security, which has been proven time and time again just by what it's used for. So, yeah, we will see. But yes, I am, if you can't tell, I'm very pro Veritasium, and I'm willing to hang on to the insane craziness of market volatility. I have no doubts the banksters and the criminal bankers will be in there on every derivative exchange, naked shorting the crap out of Veritasium no matter what happens, just to get you out. If you can get your hands on some Veri, you're in good shape, because these banks are not long for this world. And more and more, Trump was even talking about how the press and the Democrats want the system to crash. And he's shifting the blame from the Fed to the news media and the Democrats. I love it. It's awesome. And he's right. They do want him to crash because they think if they crash the markets, they can elect a new president. Because the only thing Trump has in his corner is the success of the stock market, which is all fraud anyway. But I think Trump's got more things up his sleeve. He saves a lot for later. I think he could put a lot of these guys in jail, which would be a good thing, because a lot of them belong in jail, especially in Congress. And I had a good discussion last night at an event with a lefty liberal. And I said, well, I know you can't stand Trump and you keep telling me he's a racist, I would just like to ask you, can you name me one thing that Trump did that was racist? And they're like, what are you talking about? What about the border? I said, what's that? That's got nothing to do with race. It's got to do with upholding the law and keeping illegal aliens. I'm so used to saying aliens in a different format. Illegal aliens out of the United States, absolutely. If you don't want a country, and you got to remember the Democrats. You got to remember the only reason Democrats want open borders is to get votes. It's free vote every time someone walks across the border. So yeah, I had a long, never get. I live in Northern California. I've dealt with these people for a long time. At the end of the discussion, I had them saying, maybe we don't need a president anymore, and they kind of agreed with me. Why do we have 35 million people working directly or indirectly for the federal government? Our country was not designed to be that way. So yeah, you'll see something like that if the banks crash. The federal government pretty much going into minimal staffing. And do we need a president? Maybe not. Maybe not. Obviously, the Democrats have nobody to put forward, and half the country will not stomach another 4 years of Trump. Hopefully, Trump will put them all in jail before he leaves after the end of the term. But we'll find out, right? Who knows? All I can guarantee you is there's going to be a lot of craziness between now and the end of the year. So hang on tight to your Veritasium. Let's cross our fingers and give good prayers to Reggie Middleton and the Veritasium team for inventing an amazing thing and for fighting the good fight. That's what Reggie's doing. He's fighting the good fight. All right, that's all I got for you. Best of luck to everyone. Talk to you tomorrow.